Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to do English literature, and the poem which is given on page number 133 as chapter number 16, which is A Letter to a Teacher. It has been written by a very great personality, Abraham Lincoln. Okay, so first we'll discuss about Abraham Lincoln. Who was he? He was an American politician and a lawyer. He served as the 16th president of the United States of America. He was also he was an avid reader. He was very keen. He had a keen interest in reading the poetry, so he also tried his hands in writing the poetry also. Okay, so this is a kind of letter which is written in the form of poem by Abraham Lincoln from the point of view of a father. So this poem, which is a letter, it has been written from the point of view of a father to the teacher of his son, who is going to the school for the first time. Okay, so it is a very thought-provoking poem, which includes all the values which a child should know, which a child should learn when he goes to school, which helps a child to become a good person, a good human being, right? So well, there's a thing that that whether Abraham Lincoln has written this poem is still debatable, but we will assume that he has written this poem, and we are more concerned with the content of the poem, with the content of the letter, because it is very thought provoking, as I said. So let us begin, and let us look at the description, at the details which have been given in the beginning. So, a letter to a teacher. Letters were means of communication in olden days, and they were used for every type of communication, even to convey the love of a father, husband, teacher, student, mother, message of leader, rules of government or king, etc. Some letters written by great people are capable of standing as guideposts to guide us forward. Abraham Lincoln has also written many such letters, being the president of USA, but a letter which he wrote to his son's teacher on his first day of his school, in order to just send a gentle reminder of what he wants the teacher to teach his son, is a masterpiece of what a child has to be taught in school so that he can be a good person in the future. The letter is really a thought provoking one with a wonderful meaning and message in it. Okay, so it is very clear that the letter, this poem which is written in the form of a letter, it includes it has the desire. Okay, the poet has expressed his desire to the teacher of his son, that what all values, what all things he wants the teacher to teach his son when he is in school. Okay, so let us begin with the poem. Dear teacher, my son starts school today. It is all going to be strange and new to him for a while, and I wish you would treat him gently. It is an adventure that might take him across continents, all adventures that probably include wars, tragedy, and sorrow. To live this life will require faith, love, and courage. Now, the poet starts by making the teacher aware of the fact that it is the first day of his son's school, and naturally the things are going to be unfamiliar to him, because previous to that he had experienced a different kind of life. Okay, he was at home, back at home, and no such atmosphere was there at home, so he'll be stepping into a different kind of atmosphere, so the things will are definitely going to be new to him. Okay, and he might take time to adjust to that new environment, that new atmosphere, and he might be tough to handle, because when children, they go to school, they are very obstinate. They don't want to go to school in the first place, and they get very annoyed when it comes to go to school. So that is what the poet is telling the teacher, that his son, it is his first day of the school, and he's going to the school for the first time. So he is requesting the teacher to be gentle with his son, to bear with him, and to treat him with patience. Okay, to have patience to treat him, to pacify him when he is, when he's crying, when he's howling, or when he is not willing to come to school. Okay, when he is behaving in a bad way, so he is asking him that it will take time, it will take some time for his son to get adapted or to get used to the surrounding or the environment of the school. Okay, so as we know that this is the letter which has been written from the point of view of a father. So obviously we will be seeing the concerns of the father, that the father doesn't want his son to be treated very strictly, so he is asking the teacher to be gentle. So this is the concern of the father for his child. All right, and he's again saying that it is an adventure, it is all going to be adventurous for him. The school journey is all adventurous, because if you remember, when you entered the school, you were very small children. Okay, the child, when he enters the school, he is around 4 to 5 years of age when he starts his school journey. We are not talking about if you are in this particular school, but whenever a child starts his school journey, then he's very small, he's very young. Okay, and then when you'll be leaving the school, you'll be grown up, pretty much grown up. So when a child leaves the school, he's grown up a lot. Okay, and he has grown up physically, he has grown up mentally, he has grown up emotionally. All kinds of development has taken place, takes place when the child leaves the school, right? So this is what he is saying, and the child meets different kind of people. Okay, different, all his friends, all his classmates, all the people around him, his teachers and everyone, they all are different. Every people come with his or her own flavor. Okay, so they are all different. The child is going to have a vast range of experience, a wide range of experience. It has been said that it might take him across continents, means it might bring to him a wide range of experience, a great amount of experience, like the extremes, experience which are of great extremes, like extreme happiness or extreme sadness, right? So this is what is meant when he says that it might take him across continents. And then all the adventures that probably include wars, tragedy, and sorrow. And what does this mean? That the poet is ready to accept the fact that his child, it is not necessary that he will only have good experiences. He might have bad experience. Okay, as a whole, he might go through very bad experience or very negative experience, because wars, tragedy, and sorrow, these all indicate towards the negativities. Okay, so he is saying that his child, no doubt, he might go through such negative experiences, but then what can we do? What should we do if we encounter a negative experience? Then we should have that courage, we should have those qualities, or you can say that kind of attitude, in order to overcome such negative experience in our lives. We cannot just sit back like that and just look at whatever is happening around us. We should learn how to deal with the situation. So that is what the poet is saying, that if he no matter no doubt he might have negative experiences, but he should know that to live such a life, he will require faith, he will require love, and he will require courage. So these three qualities, in the first stanza, the poet is the poet is requesting the teacher to teach his son, to teach his child, how to inculcate faith in himself, how to inculcate love and courage, all these qualities. Because see, life is not a bed of roses. Okay, each one of us have our own problems. Each one of us has our own difficulties. Okay, of different kinds, of different measures, right? So life is not very easy for any one of us. Okay, but what makes it easy going is our attitude of how we look towards life, of how we feel our life to be. All right, so how we make our life, that is what is required. Okay, so this is what the poet has said in the first stanza. He is very much aware that of this harsh reality, that this life is not a bed of roses, that life is not a cakewalk. It is definitely a tough business, but we should require that positive attitude in order to face such challenges which life throws at us, right? Now let us move on to the next stanza. So, dear teacher, will you please take him by his hand and teach him things he will have to know, teaching him, but gently if you can, that all men are not just, all men are not true, that for every scoundrel there's a hero, that for every selfish politician there is a dedicated leader. Teach him that for every enemy there's a friend. It will take time, I know, but teach him if you can that a dollar earned is of more value than five found. Teach him to learn to lose and to enjoy winning. Now, here in this stanza, the poet is again requesting the teacher to take him by his hand, means to lead him through the difficulties. Okay, you can just underline that thing, take him by his hand. It means to lead him through difficulties, through the difficult times. Okay, so he is wanting, he is requesting the teacher to be the guide of his son, to play the role of a guide for his son, and to lead him from through all such kind of difficulties, to tell him where to be, how to deal the different situation, how to overcome negative situations. And he is saying that the teacher is requested to teach him the things which he will have to know. There is no choice. Okay, the son, the we do not have any choice on the experiences we get. Okay, it comes on its own. The experience comes on its own in our life, right? So he is saying that the son will have to know. We can't help, we can't teach a child only the good and positive things. We have to make him, we have to prepare him for the worst also. We prepare ourselves also for the worst. Okay, we think of the worst situation possible and we prepare ourselves for that. So he is saying that his son will have to know all these things. He has no choice in skipping all these things, but he has to know. Okay, but then again he is saying teach him gently. See, the concern of the father is coming again and again in the letter, that he just wants the teacher to be gentle with his son. Okay, he doesn't want the teacher to be very too harsh or too hard on his son. Okay, and then he is saying if you can. Why he is saying if you can? Because see, it is a request in the first place, and the second place is that it is, these things are very difficult for a teacher to teach the children. Okay, to inculcate the values is a tough job, right? To make the children understand the lessons is one thing, but then to make them understand the message behind it, or the values which the lesson is trying to reflect, is a kind of tough job. Okay, like you are listening to this poem, you will be getting the summary, you will understand the meaning of the poem, but try to find out yourself that what all values you also require in your lives. Okay, so try to inculcate those values in your lives as well, which the poet has talked about in this poem. And then he's saying that the people around him, around his son, uh, they are not all going to be very good. Okay, he wants the teacher, he requests the teacher to teach his son that the nature has the balance in life, the nature keeps the balance in life. Okay, see, we have days, so we have nights, right? Then we have summer, we have winter also. So if there is something, then there is the contrary of that also present in our nature. So if there are bad people in this world, then obviously there are good people, otherwise our society would have collapsed. Okay, if only there were negativities, if only there were bad people, if only there were wickedness in this society, then the society would have collapsed, collapsed like entirely. Okay, so that is what the poet is saying, that his son should know that for every scoundrel, that if he is facing, if he has experienced, or if he is surrounded with bad people, scoundrel means dishonest, wicked. Okay, if he is surrounded with dishonest people, then he should know that there is a hero also. For every bad person, for every villain, there is a hero. This message we get through our films also, like movies, where movies are based on what, villains and heroes only. Okay, so that is the reality. If there are bad people, then there are good people also. And If there are selfish politician is what? See, every politician is not a good leader. Okay, there are many politicians who work for their own benefit, who work for in order to fill their own bank balance, in order to increase their own bank balance. Okay, so they are known as selfish politicians. They have got nothing to do with the emotions of the people, right? But then there is a dedicated leader also. Okay, a dedicated leader is who is the one who works for the society, who works for his people, who works for the humankind. So there, if there are politicians who are selfish, then there are leaders also who are very dedicated towards the in order to bring the good to the people. Then he says, teach him that for every enemy there's a friend. See, if we have enemies around us, then we will definitely have at least one friend who is very close to us. Okay, if not many, but then at least one friend will be there standing by us. Okay, so he's saying that whenever for every enemy there is a friend also. So you see, there's a contrast. For every bad, there's a good. For every negative, there's a positive. So these three examples, what is the crux? What can we conclude? That the poet is trying to say that for every negative, there is a positive. Okay, and what all negatives has he enlisted? Um, Scoundrel, then a selfish politician and enemy. Okay, these three he has given the example of negative things in life, and then the contrary of that, the opposite of that has also been mentioned in the stanza. Then he says that it will take time, but teach him if you can. So he's saying that yes, it is a time-taking process. It will not happen in just a moment, right? The personality doesn't build in one day. Okay, it takes time. So he's saying that it will definitely going to take time because it is a very huge job, and he will take time to grasp all these values. He will take time to inculcate these values in him. But then he's again requesting the teacher that if you can, by any means, okay, then teach my son all these qualities. Teach him that a dollar earned is of far more value than five found. Here he is saying that his son should be taught. He's requesting the teacher that he or she should teach his son that hard earned money, even if it is of very little amount, okay, that holds great importance, that is far more valuable than the money, or than the money which is very easily obtained. Here easily means what? Through dishonest means, through shortcuts. Okay, so whatever we are getting, if suppose we are getting success, and the success which we are getting is of like we are getting very small achievements. Okay, this achievement is very small, but then that achievement has come to us through honesty, by honest means. And if we are getting achievements which are of high order, and that we are getting by performing dishonest means to dishonest means, then that does not hold as much importance as the little achievement through honesty. Okay, so here he is laying stress on the worth of honest and hard work. You can just underline this word, this line, and write down that here the poet is uh, laying importance or laying stress on the worth of honest and hard work. He wants his son to learn the worth of honest and hard work. Okay, and then he is saying, teach him to learn to lose and to enjoy winning. Now, what does this mean? That the poet wants his son to learn to accept his defeat sportingly with a smile. Okay, he should not cry over his defeat. Rather, he should learn from his failures. Okay, he should learn, because if you have that attitude, if you accept your defeat, that means you are accepting that you were wrong. You know where you were doing the mistakes, where you are making the mistakes. Okay, and if you have that attitude, then you will do what? You will improve. You will work upon those mistakes, and next time you might end up winning the thing, right? So he is saying that. his son should learn to accept the defeat sportingly with a smile, and also to enjoy winning, and he should also learn to celebrate his victory. Okay, he should, when he wins, he should celebrate it to the fullest. In the next stanza, he says, steer him away from envy if you can. Teach him the secret of quiet laughter. Let him learn early that the bullies are the easiest to lick. Teach him the wonder of books, but also give him quite time to ponder the eternal mystery of birds in the sky, bees in the sun, and flowers on a green hillside. Now, here the poet is saying that he wants his son to be free from this the most negative feeling, that is the feeling of jealousy. Envy means jealousy. Okay, because see, it follows the person personality. Okay, it's like a termite, because if a person develops this tendency of being jealous at others' success, then that person is never going to succeed in his or her life. Okay, so he wants his son to know this fact that everybody is unique in his or her own self, right? If suppose someone is not good at academics, then that person might be good at some, maybe good at painting, good at music, so other things, some other might be good at sports. So everybody is unique in his or her own self. So we should not be jealous when we see the other person succeeding in what he or she is good at. Rather, we should appreciate, we should praise our friends, or we should praise those who are succeeding in life. Okay, we should have this attitude. And then teach him the secret of quiet laughter. So here the meaning of quiet laughter is manifold. It can mean here that you know if somebody is jealous of him, and if he finds out that somebody is jealous of his son, then he should laugh it away. Okay, he should just not pay attention to it. He should just take it lightly. Or there can be one other meaning, that to be able to enjoy one's own company, that he is able to enjoy when he is with himself. And then also to laugh silently when he is in difficult situations. So these three can be the meanings of quiet laughter. Okay, so this also he wants his son to learn. And then the poet is very much aware of the fact that whenever a child enters a school or college, then bullies are the must. Okay, there will be some people, not only in the school or colleges, but also in general also, there are people who will bully you. Okay, who will they are nothing, they are just like the bubbles. Okay, they whenever you answer these bullies by through your performance, through your great performance, then they just get vanished. Okay, so this is what the poet wants his son to learn, that he should never be afraid of bullies. There is nothing to be afraid of him, because they are the easiest to defeat. And you, how can you defeat your bullies? By your performance, by your great performance. Okay, so this is what the poet wants the teacher to teach his son, that his son should never be intimidated by the bullies. He should rather learn to face them with his hard work and with his great performances. Then the poet wants his son to learn the power of the book. Okay, the wonder of the book, that how informative books are, that how what change the books can bring in his life. Books are the source of knowledge. They are the best source of knowledge. Okay, they are so full of learnings. They are full of messages. So if his child gets to know the wonder of the books, then that would be the best thing for him. And at the same time, he doesn't want his son to become a bookworm. He doesn't want his son's knowledge to be limited to the theory only, because in the very next line, he asks the teacher, he requests the teacher that the teacher should give some time to his son to wander in the nature. to experience, to explore the nature, to ponder the eternal mystery of the world and in the sky, the birds flying in the sky, then the bees in the sun and flowers on the green hillside. So all these beauty of nature, the son should explore. He should experience the beauty of nature as well, and he should not just get limited to the to the to the books only. Okay, so he wants his son to have the theoretical knowledge as well as the practical knowledge of life. That is why he has put the books also and the nature also and in the same place, in the same line. Okay, so we will do it till here today, and from the next stanza we'll be doing tomorrow, because then that will be too much for you. So I hope you have understood till here. Thank you.